Hey, Cancers, welcome, welcome. Sorry, I've got a hot flash going right when I first came on. Whew, I hate those things. Wait till you get older. Welcome, welcome, though. And this is going to be a very interesting week for everyone, not only Cancers, but everybody else. Just because we are not only talking about a full moon, we're also talking about the first of the year. Happy New Year. Happy New Year. Be safe. Be smart. Please, please be smart on New Year's Eve. And then also, too, just a lot of little different things I will interject as we go. I am starting with a new Oracle deck. My daughter bought me one for Christmas. I love it. This is the Wisdom of Avalon. This artist here, this Colette Baron-Reid, I love her. You'll see me use a lot of her stuff if I can, because she's very interesting. The energies in her cards and everything for me are very interesting, and I enjoy them. So let's get started. So this is the week for the 28th through the 3rd of January. And we are going to see where we're going with that. Oops. Oh, we have the horse flip. I didn't even see that. Woohoo. I like horses anyway. Ooh, we got the animals today. All right, let's see where this is going to go. So we've got the horse, which is accepting help from others, delegating and authority. So it's sort of like what a manager would do. This is actually a nice swirl. Somebody did a nice drawing of that. The thing is that we need to accept help from others. Sometimes this is really, really hard for some of us. I'm going to be honest. I'm one of those. I've been independent too long, been a single mom too long. It's really, really hard. However, it's the wrong way of thinking. I will admit to it. And this also is the number 26, which is number 8 about reward and progress. So sometimes we can get to things quicker when we do accept and allow help. And the one thing about accepting help from others is that sometimes we don't even think that it might be helping them. So maybe they need to, in their process, be giving. Maybe they had a hard time giving for a while, and now this is their process of learning how to give, or be less selfish, or be selfless, kind of a thing. So then we have the hawk, which is really interesting because the hawk is about omens and messages. So messages coming towards you. So there might be, these cards are very interesting together because when we have an omen or message, then either that's you going towards somebody with a message or somebody coming to you with a message. And that might be something of good things. Some things you might have to keep your intuition antennas up because it might be something not so good. So this is really important to really keep your keen energy on your intuition this week. And also, too, where you can be a help to others or where somebody can be helping you. This is a new year. This is actually, we're going into Aquarius, but we're also in the history of changing times. And this is not the age of Aquarius. I'm going to say this with every single sign. This is not the age of the Aquarius. The astrologers are really getting crazy about that. And astronomers, there's that. This is not the age of Aquarius. We don't even know when Pisces began. So there's no way that this is the age of Aquarius. So we just know that we've moved from Capricorn into Aquarius. We've moved from stagnation to actually now movement. So this is a good thing. However, what movement and which way are you going? That's going to be between you and the divine. So your choices, listening to your intuition, not listening to your intuition, making the cycles reappear again. Or did you learn a lesson and stop the cycle? Did you maybe break a generational curse? Did you break a curse for your own self? These are things that we're going to be looking at. All right, so let's see what's going on with these. Yeah. Ooh. Yeah. Okay, so there is somebody here with the first card out. We have the 5, very unstable. Very unstable. Somebody's trying to figure something out and they just can't seem to figure it out. And yeah. Okay. So we have the 5 of Swords. There's a cycle going on with somebody that it keeps repeating itself. It's like somebody's always right and it's like, I got to be right all the time. And I don't care at whose expense or what, but I'm just going to be right all the time. This is an ego thing. Where was that ego card last time? But this is sort of something for somebody that you end up getting in arguments, or you're just, now this could be you, or you could be having somebody in your circle of friends or people in you that seems to always have to be right. So with this person, they're more of a secular, earthly thinking kind of a person, and that is going to keep them stuck. They're going to stay stuck. This is where they need to get a message from spirit and say, hey, you know what? It's not all about you. We have to be about us to a certain point, because thank you. So they're saying ego has its limits. So we have an ego. We need that ego to be able to have fight, flight, how to be able to defend our families, those kind of things, and what we believe in, that kind of a thing. But when ego gets to this point where I'm gonna be so happy that I want everything, it doesn't matter. I just got to be right all the time. That is when it gets to be really destructive, really dangerous, and also very toxic. So this person definitely is not looking around at the highlights and the spiritual highlights, emotional highlights of other people and their effect on them. So they're not even paying attention to themselves. So this person is so into themselves, they aren't even willing to help or accept help. It's that dangerous person who can do it all on their own. When if they really looked at spirit, they didn't even do anything on their own without spirit. And that's the thing, is they're not looking at the whole picture. They're not looking at the spiritual side. They're looking from the earthly side. And they do work really hard. They're not nobody is a bad person. There's not such thing as a bad person. It's what we do. The people are good. It's the act that they do is not good. So the thing is that somebody's working really, really hard. And this might be a different energy. I've got another energy coming in that says this person here is working really, really hard. It just is really hard for them to ask for help. So it's time to say it's okay to ask for help. And that's really, really hard for somebody, even though they need it. Sometimes when we give the appearance that everything is okay when it's not, that's lying to self. That is definitely lying to self, and then you're lying to everybody else. So why is it that we have to be so weak not to show our weaknesses? Because when we can do that, then the divine can bring somebody strong in. Is that your message for today? I don't know. Allow your weakness to shine so that somebody can show the strength and how to grow that weakness. All right. Let's see. Yeah. Okay. When the cards flip, it's like, like a tidal wave kind of thing. Okay, so Devil, Tower. Now, I did that because this means that there's a lot of work for somebody. There is a lot of work to work on self. This beginning of 2021 is going to be about self-examination, realizing what your weakness is, and accepting help from somebody to learn about that. If you have to go to, if you have to go through counseling or get coaching or anything like that to help you, or find some wise person, like for example, if you're married and you're having marriage troubles, maybe you've got somebody in your partner that is that way, then you have to seek that wisdom of somebody who's been there. You don't go to a counselor that's been divorced 3 or 4 times. You go to a marriage counselor that has been in a marriage, made it work for 30, 40 years, 20 years, even 15 years. Yes. I can take a question, but I'll answer it at the end. All right. So that I can keep up the reading. You betcha. Mm-hmm. So, but this is going to change your world. This is going to change your world. So when you do begin to change a mindset, it's sort of exciting because you'll see things gradually happen. So for those that accept help from others that aren't used to it, It's really uncomfortable. We go out of our box, but this is the message that you're supposed to get today. Go out of your box to see what else new and exciting might bring in, because you might be breaking chains. You might be breaking a bondage. You might be breaking an attitude that is not working. So when somebody comes to me sort of what do they call it? Sarcastic or something like that. I'm like, how's that working for you? Is that really working for you? If you got to be that way, it's probably not working for you. So it's like, that's the thing, is that you have to look at where you are bounded. Look at these two people here. So when the devil shows up, it means that we are being held back. Now, who's holding us back? Is it ourselves? Is it people around us? Most of the time it's ourselves, because we're actually being what people want us to be, not who we are. Because these two people could look at around their neck, they could slide that over their head real easy. It's a choice. This is a choice. Now, to change that and turn that completely around, it is scary for a lot of people. It is really scary for a lot of people to take that and want to release that bondage. Because here's the thing. Thank you. They're being funny today. So it's like, yeah, because some people love to live in drama. Is that you? Do you love drama? Drama's toxic. Drama holds you back. Drama sabotages. Yeah. Drama is not a healthy thing for you to move forward in success of your purpose in life. That's what the thing, when things become drama, it interrupts your peace, it interrupts your solitude, it's sort of like when you think about vibrations and frequency. Think of a radio tower, right? If there is nothing at the top of the radio tower, now I shouldn't say radio, I should say telephone tower. We got a telephone tower, we got the satellites coming in, and those vibrations are bouncing off, right? You're the tower. You are the tower. So basically, yeah. Hi, Andrea. Yes, it has been a disaster, but don't think that way. Think of what has changed you, what has brought you to this place to actually make you better, or think in a better way, or think in a more progressive way, a more spiritual, emotional way. It is. Earth was a disaster. Spiritually, he's opening a ton of doors. So let's go back to the tower. So we are the tower, okay? Not the tarot tower. We're the radio tower. So we're the radio tower. So you have to imagine yourself getting all these frequencies. And so it's clear. There's no mountains. There's nothing. You're actually just bouncing those energies off. The satellite's coming in. Everything's flowing really, really good to your phone, all that kind of stuff, right? But you put that tower near one side's really nice and flat and good, but then you got a mountain over here and it's bouncing. It can't get to the phones on the other side of the tower, or on the other side of the mountain, because you're bouncing. So when you put people that are toxic, or you allow yourself to be surrounded by that, or people that are not of a higher vibration, a successful doesn't need to be meaning money. Success could be a healthy family, a healthy lifestyle, living a good lifestyle. Maybe success to you is just living in a home and living off the land. Whatever it is to you, it doesn't have to be money. But when you do this, and you'll hear me talk about the garden a lot. However, today we're talking about a telephone tower. Is that when you bring those vibrations and they can't bounce and go where you should, your purpose, where everything is, then you're allowing those people to affect you. This is how an empath works. And so we have to allow our energies to go off. And that's why an empath will create a bubble around them, because I'm going to put this bubble around me, and those energies are only going to come to here, because I'm not going to allow them to come to here. But as a human being, when you have toxic in your life, you allow that to come and it sticks just like glue. And then you begin to think different. Your mindsets change and all that kind of stuff. This is what's happening here. For those of you that just, are afraid to ask for help from another, get out of the box. This is a message for you to get out of the box. Omens and messages, they can be good or they can be bad. You can accept them or you can poo-poo them. The divine his guidance, his intuition he's given you, that spiritual intuition of what you should do and what you should not go, that is your message from the divine to you. Now, whether you accept it or whether you go with it or whether you flow with it, I used to buck my intuition all the time. Like I tell people with the business that I bought in 2004, I bucked that intuition. He was telling me, go, I'm going to give you the resources. No, I don't want to buy a business. I'm broke. I'm a single mom. I'm broke. Why would I want to put myself in that position? No. And I bucked it. And finally, he just kept getting louder and louder and louder. And I said, fine. I'll do it. And I did, and everything just flew like this. And I owned a business in a year. Gotta listen to the intuition. That's the divine's, that's how it is. Try it. Just try it. And the thing is, your life will completely change. Especially if you're thinking of Earth. Especially if whoever you are with, or if you're thinking of self more than others, or not giving as much as you want. Now, giving can be just a few minutes. Call somebody. Hey, I was just thinking about you, wanted to call. Oh my God, thank you. I was just so depressed today. I just needed to hear somebody's voice. Sometimes that's all it takes. Be a conduit like me. Anyway, let's get going. But that's how that's how towers work. That's how empaths work also. That's sort of the way that we, pull in, and that's why you'll hear, if you listen about empaths, don't absorb. Don't absorb, because most humans do not know how to build that bubble around them and not absorb. And here you're gonna get it more and more and more now, because you're gonna hear it on social media. You're gonna hear about it on TV, all this kind of stuff. People absorb this shit in to their head. Sorry, I don't like to cuss, but I will say that word. But the thing is, they're going to absorb all this stuff in rather than turn it around and say, I'm not going to listen to that crap. Because here's the thing. A lot of people absorb it, but they don't want to do the research. They'd rather be bound to what is being told and said to them from the earth rather than actually switch it and change it around and listen to their intuition. Because a lot of the times, if any of you are on Facebook and you sit there and you see something that you like pisses you off, or he hits a red button in you and you're like, oh yeah, I bet you 10 times out of 10, you don't think before you type. Oh, maybe I should research that. Oh, maybe that picture really doesn't belong with those words. Maybe somebody photoshopped this. Maybe, who's the source? Oh, that's a government thing. Oh, the government controls that. So maybe I need to go do some research and find out where that actual information is from. Because you're not always right, for whoever that is. All right. All right. Let's see what else is going on. He's turning some cards upside down in here. I don't know what's going on. We'll see what's going on here. I see some cards flipping upside down. So this, what is the message for you today? This is the hawk is giving a message for somebody. Somebody's going to get like a little aha moment, and it might not be right at this reading, but they're going to walk away and they're going to get an aha moment. All right. It'll be interesting to see. I would love to. Now, I didn't mention the very first, on the 1st of January, you can see that I'm doing a live. That is for you guys. So this is going to be a fun time to lift your vibrations, go up. Also to be able to ask questions. If you want me to tell you some of my really weird hoo-hoo stories, that's that. If you want to pick a card, if you want to, just know more about empath or your abilities or whatever, this is for you. This is a time, probably an hour from 11 to 12, for a time for you just to ask and inquire and maybe meet some new people that are probably around the world that are similar to or interested in what you're interested in, right? So that's on the 1st from the 11-12. Yeah, we're thinking about the future here. We definitely are thinking about the future here. This is definitely growth. This is a growth week for you guys. This is a growth week for you guys. So challenge yourself. Just take one thing and out of the box. Oh, yeah. I can't make this up. You have to challenge yourself. Get yourself out of the box. Get yourself out of this freaking earthly norm. What is your purpose? What is your goal? And are you living your purpose? Not your parents, not whoever wants you to be, or as couples do when they get together, they lose themselves. Especially women, ladies. You begin to become what your husband wants to do. Oh, let's go golfing. But I really like to go to shopping. I'd really like to buy some fabric or whatever it is. Oh, no, well, I'll go golfing. Those kind of things. We begin to lose ourselves. And this does take strength. I can't make this up. This is for your future. This is something, and our future, we want to think of our future in bits. So we need to think of it as daily, weekly, monthly, yearly, and further. But that further is the back burner, because the divine will do switchbacks and test you and see how serious it is about what you're wanting to do. How focused in are you? How willing are you? Ready to work hard for it. Trust me, as a business owner, I had sacrificed, oh my gosh, more than I'd ever wanted. But I was focused. I was driven, because I knew this is where he wanted me. Because of all the divine interventions, some people say, oh, that's coincidence. Let me tell you, talk to me on the first about it. This is not coincidence, because as we look at our journey, everything is connected. Everyone has a connection to us for whatever reason, whether it's a minute, whether it's a season, whether it's a lifetime. But this is going to take strength from you. Yeah, King of Pentacles, but it's going to bring you so many rewards. So many rewards. So many rewards. Look at this. This is so awesome. I want to be there with you going through this. I want to see the change. I want to see it happening. I want to be there. I want you guys to tell me. I love getting emails. I got a couple of emails this week from some ladies, and I love getting emails, and they're going through some things, and so hopefully I help them. But I love to hear your comments, your feedback. I love that. All right, so we have the Seven of Pentacles again. And then we have, interesting, we have the Seven of Pentacles, and then we have the Seven of Swords. Somebody wants to take that away, though. You're going to be changing. Now, just remember that this week between the 28th and the 3rd, this is the seed. If you can do what you need to release and plant the seed before the 29th, when that full moon comes in, because the full moon is about releasing, getting rid of old stuff. But if you can do that before the 29th, plant the seed of what it is that you want to change. Just one thing out of the box. Plant that seed, because then the new moon begins to come around and becomes to happen. The new year becomes to come in. We're moving into Aquarius. Oh, I'm getting goosebumps. 8 and the Aquarius is changing. Everything is beginning to move. It's sort of like if you watch a mudslide coming off of a mountain. At first, all of a sudden, you see it break away really fast, but then you just see it sort of move slowly. Or lava. It moves slowly. This is sort of for you to picture this in your mind, and this is moving. So when you get to a point where you are tempted to stop, where you are out of your box, you're out of your comfort zone, and you're scared shitless, you just keep going. You think of that lava flow, because that just needs to move inch by inch by inch by inch by inch. Because somebody is going to try to stop you, whether lie to you, cheat with you, tell you, they're going to get in your face and think like, oh, you know what? This is where your strength is going to have to come in. This is where your strength is going to have to come in. You have to be strong, perseverant, resilient. And when you get weak, you better email me, because I'll kick your butt to the ground. In a good way. All right. This is a huge message for you guys, Cancers. This stepping out of the box is scary. Trying something new is scary. This isn't my message. This is the divine's message. This is something that is going to create something new and exciting and abundance, and towards your passion, whatever it is, towards your purpose. The destiny is the steps. It's sort of like when you have a goal, you plan those steps, and then you succeed to the goal. This is your purpose. The destiny are the steps and the people to get to your purpose. I'm excited for you guys. I'm excited. So I hope if you want to ask a question, I don't know how to say that G1 in G. I don't know what that is. I'm sorry. But if you have a question, yeah, you're very welcome to ask it right now. The other thing, too, is on the 29th, the full moon. It's probably going to be a really shorty because I've been doing so much with planets lately. And I've actually been doing so much research with planets and how the energies in astrology and astronomy. I'm learning a ton. That's not something I started hoping to do because that's not what the divine is. But when he leads me, I don't say no. It again, I'm stepping out of my box. So that's something new. My abilities were different than that. But you know what? I can see the connection of the energies of the planets and what I do and the divine and how this all melts together. And it's so beautiful. Oh my gosh, it's so beautiful. And I love to share this with you. Hang on, Andrea. I'll definitely answer your question here in a sec. But I do want to say, because some people want to log off, that I really thank you. I've only been on this journey 6 months. And so I thank you so much for all you guys who support me, who share with your friends and bring friends, and for all the emails and the feedback and the comments. I thank you so very much. This has really been a journey. I will share more on you on the 1st, but I'm shy. I never used to let anybody take my picture, let alone a video. And now I'm doing this, and I don't know. I just got word from one of the people that do our analytics that I'm over thousands of videos or something. And I'm like, really? I didn't even pay attention to that. So I'm not doing it for that. If I get monetized, great. If I don't, this is something the divine has asked me to do. That's what I do. So I thank you. So please be, if you're leaving, please be safe, have a good new year. But yeah, you can ask a question and I'll answer it. So Andrea, let's see what you got. Do you think the law of attraction actually works? Is this how you get to the driver's seat of your life? I think the law of attraction, I do believe in law of attraction. And here's the reason why. Think about this just for a second, and this will help you. But I'll tell you that it's not the source. The source of the law of attraction is the divine and how your mindset works. Because if you enter a room, say you go to work and you enter a room and that room is full of really negative, or even just one freaking negative person, and you could just feel the air that everybody's just either quiet or doesn't want to deal with that person, and maybe they're cussing, or maybe they're like, God dang it, right? So what does that do? That just made that law of attraction that person did just brought those people's energies in. Change that. You walk into the room, you're happy or whatever, and the people will attract to you because it's a higher vibration, a higher energy. Nobody wants to be around a low energy. Nobody wants to be around that. As far as attracting love, the way that the law of attraction is if you be love, what kind of love are you seeking? See, this is another thing with Get Balanced 2020 is what I teach in coaching is the 5 love languages, because you have to know what kind of love you have or you want for yourself to be able to go find that. So, for example, if my love is I like receiving gifts, that's how I feel love. But if somebody says, "Oh, you're just so beautiful," I'd sit there and laugh in their face. I'm like, "Yeah, right." I don't feel loved when somebody says that. I feel loved, and this is not my love language. I'm just giving you a hypothetical, is that you attract what you want, what you need. But understand that attraction, you got to be careful that it's not manipulation. There's 2 things that can happen. If you're looking for love, I will say, let it go. The divine will bring who you need, not what you want. Yes, I would love 6'2", tall, dark, and handsome, and I mean dark. Tall, dark, and handsome. But the thing is, that may not be what I need, because maybe that person is not good for me. So it all just depends on what you need and what you want. But there is. Now, the driver's seat of your life is not the law of attraction. It is the divine and listening to the intuition, knowing what your purpose is, knowing what your weaknesses are, getting and building what those weaknesses are, what your gifts are, what your abilities are, That's the driver's seat. Once you have that spiritual side of you, that spiritual side feeds the mental side, your thought process. That thought process tells your body how to act, react, and then you move from there. If you don't have those two in sequence and in alignment and balance with each other. So, for example, as I was growing up, my mom was Catholic. She was a single mom, but she was Catholic. But I was being sexually abused. So my thought process was completely skewed from day one because I was thinking that that was the way that I was supposed to get love. That is not the way that I get love. Okay. So you have to figure out where the roots are. And that's what Get Balanced is. There's a whole bunch of videos there. Go see. But the thing is, law of attraction is not the driver's seat. The divine is the driver's seat to show you your purpose, the purpose of what your calling is for this thing on earth. All right. I hope that makes sense. If not, or if you need more, again, email me. I'll definitely answer you. Is there love interest from Capricorn? Will there be any contact in 2021? I'm a Libra. Oh, Capricorn. Sorry, I'm listening to what I'm hearing. Thank you. Yeah. Oh, am I doing the wrong side? Yeah. Thank you. So what I'm hearing is that you will have contact, but it's not healthy. So do not manipulate it. Do not make it happen. Yeah. Exactly what I was thinking. So whoever this Capricorn is, I don't know their age, but I feel they're very young. And if they're young, then what's going on with them is they need to mature because they're playing what they call, I would think that you're a female. I'm getting a female energy. But the thing is, I'm feeling that, or a feminine energy, I should say. Sorry about that. But the thing is, with this person, they're playing a game. It's called a man game. Women have them too, but I feel like this is a man that actually is playing a game out of immaturity. Now, if they come back, they're just going to want this. Don't lay on your back. Stop if you're a female, or if you're a man and you're going after a female, don't ask them to sleep with you if your intentions are true, which I don't think they are because this person's very deceitful and not very honest. So I would just say move on. Sorry. But you know what? This is a new area. This is, get out of your box. Again, this is not my message. This is a conduit. I'm the conduit. All right. Laura, will I get my dream job that I am manifesting right now? Well, it all just depends on how you manifest it. Where are you manifesting it from? Are you asking spirit? Are you asking divine? Or are you humanly, earthly, trying to manifest it? Because sometimes when we want a dream job, it might be that we get it. And if you ask specifically, so I don't know what your dream job is, but for me, if I said, you know what, divine, I really would love a job selling travel. I'm a travel agent now, but I have to be specific because I've lived in Japan. But these are things too that are dot to dots. Is this thing that this dream job, is this have you connected the dots? Is this something that he's been working on? Is this your purpose? Can you be the conduit through this dream job? If you can't be a conduit to others in this dream job, then it's not going to be your dream job. So why is it that you're manifesting this job? That's what he's asking. What is the purpose? Or is this a job for you just to end there and get money? Is it something to help, or are you going to help others through that job? Does that make sense? You can have it, but what is the purpose for you having it, is he's asking. He hasn't given it to you yet, so you have to tell him specifically why you want this job. Because if it's going to end with you, you may not get it. Because that's not why we do our jobs, or our careers, or our purpose. Does that make sense? That you're going to have to ask the divine. Because I just gave you the manifestation. Okay, does that help? So you can have that job, probably. if you're skilled for it, or if he's been training you for it, if he's been getting you ready for it, if he has been putting in your heart for it. This is your intuition. Really listen to your intuition. And the only way that if you're new to spirit and you're not really knowing, like, I never hear, I hear people, I don't ever hear him. Well, it's because you don't listen. And it doesn't mean that you're going to hear a voice. I do hear voice, but the thing is that sometimes he'll show you something. If you see something 3 times from the divine, that means you better freaking pay attention, because he's trying to get your attention. And here's the thing, you've got to think out of the box. If you've never listened to your intuition, all you have to do is sit quietly, and wherever you are, whatever, you already know this job. You already know, Laura, this job, if this is for you or not. Now, are you manipulating it to make it for you, or are you actually just going with the flow to be with it? So that's the thing. That is the thing right there. And the divine, if it's going to go easy, the divine will put all the resources and it'll make it happen. It'll be like the job will all of a sudden post. It's all in divine timing, not our timing. So he'll post the job. Oh, there's that job. I want to apply for it. Okay, great. And what are your skill sets? And has he prepared you for that? And then, oh, I got an interview. Oh, I got a second interview. So then you can see the process of that happening. But there's a lot more spiritually and emotionally to that too. But really listen to your gut and your intuition on that. And the more you fight your intuition, the more you're going to be coming back to this dude here, because you'll be doing cycle after cycle after cycle after cycle. And again, if you're here on the 1st, please pop in, ask your questions. I would love to answer them. The 1st is for you. It's all about fun, stories, whatever you guys want to do. If you want more information, you can always go to Get Balanced 2020 in the meantime and watch some of the videos. If you're not quite sure, or Divine Warrior Intuitive, I've moved some of the spiritual stuff over to Divine Warrior Intuitive, the website, or here, whatever. And then not today though. I won't be able to do that today. But the thing is that you will be able to move forward, and just listen to your intuition, Laura. Definitely. Yeah, that's all for you on the 1st. So I hope you join us. 29th is full moon. Would love you. Please make sure that you like, share, subscribe. Thank you for all your questions. Sorry, G1, sorry that it wasn't. But you know what? Sometimes when things look like they're not, and they make us sad, that's an emotional thing. That's an earthly thing. If it's right, the divine will bring that person to you in all maturity when you guys are at the same level. If it's not at the same level, then they will keep you apart, or they'll bring you back to, don't lay on your back, ladies. Make them wait. All right. I will talk to you on the 1st. If I don't see you on the 1st, I will see you on the 4th. You guys take care. Thank you so much for all the interaction. I loved it. All right. Take care.